All right, Shalom. Lord willing, y'all can, my audio is good. Shalom, Shalom. Kahalayim La Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakakodash, the honors to the apostles and to the elders of Great Millstone that rule to teach well, most peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful elect that's pushing this word in truth and sincerity of heart. Shalom. This is the brother of the top again through the spirit with another lesson in transit. And Lord willing, this lesson is edifying. You know, I was just driving and I'm listening to this video put up by Apostle Aram Live, put up today, 6 hours ago, entitled "All the Pieces of the Beast System Are in Place." And it's June. You know, we in June. Ain't no microchips, but you know that it's starting to show you as time progresses and prophecies continue to show themselves. You can't say that anymore, and that's why, you know, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemel Shaddam, the real prophets of the Lord are mocking you because you look like a fool. Because the microchip is literally here. The mark of the beast system is already in place. It's here. And they're going to continue to move forward with their plans. You know, the scriptures tell you, which I'm going to get it, the wicked boast of their heart's desire. We already know, according to prophecy, what these devils want to do. And we're just patiently waiting for the RFID micro C-hip or the NFC C-hip to be made mandatory, man, which will happen. We are living in that time now, man. The Most High is bringing His word. He's performing the word. So that means we're getting closer and closer to the end. So this is just a quick I'm going to title it, Lord willing, MOTB, mark of the BEAST update. You know, because that system is being put into place. Wish I could just get the audio from the video. Let me see.
Of the future document. It's
Let me see.
moments before it's off the red.
I'm going to play this. Fair use, fair use, fair use. I don't own the content to this video. I'm not making any money off of this video. I'm just using it as information, passing it along for educational purposes only. Fair use, fair use, fair use. So listen up.
The UN General Assembly kicked off a marathon week of diplomacy with the Summit for the Future. I called for this summit.
Yeah, they're planning out the future that they want to bring upon you. You know, these devils don't have no good intentions for you. It's only good intentions for them. No, I'm sorry. That's the book of Psalms chapter 10. Psalms chapter 10 in verse 1 in the NLT. I knew that. Salakia, man. Salakia. People just, they just, anyways, man. People just do some of the most stupidest shit. Psalms chapter 10 verse 1, it says, "Why standest thou afar off?" In the the NLT is on the left. It says, "O Yahweh, why do you stand so far away? Why do you hide when I am in trouble? The wicked arrogantly hunt down the poor. Let them be caught in the evil they plan for others." See, so what are this whole MOTB system is going to be nothing but persecution, you know, upon the people. You know, if you look up the word financial, I know I'm spelling it wrong. Financial persecution. Google gonna correct me. I don't really care about them. Simple definition. Financial persecution. It says financial, often called financial abuse or economic abuse, is the systematic control, exploitation, or restriction of a person's money and economic resources. See, so they're doing nothing but bringing a system into place that is going to cause financial persecution along with other forms of persecution. But finances is the number one example of persecution that this new system is going to bring upon the people. So when it says about persecution, that could be financial as well as physical. But most importantly, this new system is going to cause financial persecution. Psalms chapter 10, verse 3, it says, they brag about their evil desires. They praise the greedy and curse the Yahweh. So in the KJV says, for the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire. So they're boasting in their plans. They go before you on your TV in these different forms, World Economic Forum, the UN, and all this other bullshit, places of control and power, and they tell you what they plan for you in the future, which is they make it seem like it's something that's going to benefit you, but really it's going to benefit them. It's going to give them more control over you, more control over your finances, more control on if you have access to certain resources. And that's where financial persecution comes in. So let's go back to the video so you can hear it.
Because our wealth is ebbing off the rails, and we need tough decisions to get back on track.
The signature event, adopted by consensus, is a wide-ranging pact for the future, a blueprint aimed at ensuring that international institutions can deliver in a world that has changed dramatically since they were created in 1945. Russia, which raised numerous objections to elements of the pact as the months-long negotiations were wrapping up last week, sought to amend the document moments before its adoption, but failed. The pact has lofty goals for eradicating poverty, ending hunger, and building peaceful and inclusive societies.
And what is that? What is that saying? What is that? That's fancy talk. That's political talk. Fancy talk. Get rid of poverty. Okay, what? How are you going to get rid of poverty? How are you going to create these big cities? These cities, homes, are you talking about? 15-minute cities, universal basic income. If you want to get rid of poverty, they're going to be like, oh, we can give you a universal basic income, and we can put you in a 15-minute city. You will get this every month. You don't have to work. They selling it to you. Don't buy it.
It also seeks to bridge the digital divide. Now the hard work of implementing it begins.
But our people know instinctively that this will only be talk unless there's a fundamental change in what we do and how we do it, and who is seen and heard in the corridors of decision making.
Hi everyone, this is Dr. Sherry Tenpenny, and I want to do a quick update about a document that got passed by the United Nations this weekend called the Pact of the Future document. It's two parts, one on science and technology and one about the youth and future generations. It is quite egregious, and it was done by a procedure called the silence procedure, which makes it a pact, and if no one objected, it is automatically adopted and put into the record as being completely adopted. This is the world.
So we don't get you don't get no vote on that. You don't get no say in that. Why the people ain't getting no say in that? These devils, they don't operate with fairness, man. Even though if voting doesn't work anyways, but just making a point.
Organizations run around since end around since they were not able to get the World Health Organization treaty passed. They decided to take it to the General Assembly, and it is even more egregious than what the World Health Organization was wanting to get passed. Let me just read you something really quickly about what is inside of this pact that is now being accepted by 193 nations around the world, and equally open-armed accepted by our current administration. Everyone, it says that this is the power structure, fully digital and maximized for the control of the masses. Everyone will be expected to have a biometric digital ID that marks them not just as citizens of an individual country, but as a global citizen. So anytime you hear global citizen, or anytime
That biometric ID is ultimately going to lead to the RFID micro chip. They just got to get the law passed, and they already got the infrastructure in place. It's going to start as a so-called biometric ID. Then next thing you know, this is the next step of the biometric ID, the microchip.
your sustainability, think that this is an egregious thing that's happening at the level of the World Health Organization and the United Nations. Anyone that has a dissonant misinformation, disinformation, or malinformation and memory hold. Perpetrators for unapproved information will be fact-checked and punished by the system, which will be operated and enforced by artificial intelligence. Punishments will include being locked out of one's bank account,
being locked out of your bank account. What does that just say? What is the definition for financial persecution? Financial persecution is the systematic control, exploitation, or restriction of a person's money and economic resources. There you go.
unable to make certain purchases,
Unable to make certain purchases. That's the same as what? Financial persecution.
get on an airplane, on a subway, drive on public road.
No public access. You can't get on a plane. You can't get on the subway. You can't ride on the roads. Why? Persecution. Restriction. You're going to be restricted. You're going to be controlled. Everything is going to be controlled. That's why we don't want, that's why, oh, I got to fix something. That's why we warning you about this system, this MOTB system. They're going to sell it to you like it's a perk, but it's really not. You know, it's something that's good for you, it's something that's going to benefit you, but it's not.
This is the future according to the world's self-appointed overlords at the United Nations. These are unelected bureaucrats that are making decisions about our country, our sovereignty around the world.
This is why the law says don't want no kings over you, man. We don't want these people reigning over us, making rules and pushing laws and shit, because they don't know how, they don't govern correctly. I'm gonna find that precept. This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 17 verse 14. I'm gonna read the NLT on the left. It says, "You are about to enter the land Yahweh your power is giving you. When you take it over and settle there, you may think we should select a king to rule over us, like the other nations around us. If this happens, be sure to select a king I'm gonna read that again. Deuteronomy 17 and 15. If this happens, be sure to select as king the man Yahweh your power chooses. You must appoint a fellow Israelite. He must not be a foreigner." See, this is why the law says you shouldn't select a foreigner to be king over you, man. Because this is what happens. Esau, Edom is ruling over the masses of people, and he is not ruling correctly. You know, this is why the scripture says, when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. And I'm going to keep bringing this precept out because it's relevant to what's going on now. Proverbs 28 and 2, it says, NLT says, for the transgression of the land, hold on, wait. Is it 28? No, it might not be 28. It might be 29. It's the book of Proverbs 28 and 28. It says, when the wicked rise, men hide themselves. For when they perish, the righteous increase. NLT, when the wicked take charge, people go into hiding. When the wicked meet disaster, the godly flourish. See? So people are really trying to get away from these people, man. And I don't blame them. But ultimately, you come to the conclusion that you can't get away from these devils, man. It's the book of Proverbs 28 and 15. I'm gonna always bring up, Lord willing, keep bringing these precepts out because it's relevant. The Esau is showing his colors, and he's being like a roaring lion. This is Proverbs 28 and verse 15. As a roaring lion and a raging bear, so is a wicked ruler over the poor people. NLT, a wicked ruler is as dangerous to the poor as a roaring lion and an attacking bear. See? Next precept, Proverbs 29 and 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. Verse 2 says, when the godly are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked are in power, they groan. See? And people are groaning. People are crashing out. And here come Esau with more madness, with more bullshit, with more laws, more restrictions, more control. You see? Seeds become great. So when the wicked are bearing rule, the people are finna mourn even more. Really? Transgression. Evil people are trapped by sin, and the righteous escape. Like us to hit the right buttons. Let's see. If a real hearken to lie on serves a wicked. All right, so I just wanted to get that real quick. Let's see.
Nothing could be more important at this point in time than to get prepared. Have water, food.
And we are getting prepared. That's, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua, that's the way we prepare. We're getting prepared spiritually for these devils, man, because ultimately what you don't see is more powerful than you do see. That's something that you just need to remember. As Apostle Gabar says, what you don't see is more powerful than what you do see. So we're spiritually getting prepared for the MOTB system, and we're going to rely and trust in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. That's where our preparedness is going to be made. And we're encouraging those that believe and trust in the Lord and trust in the names, trust in the doctrine, to follow suit, because there's not going to be no other way, no other avenue but through the Lord to be delivered, and protected in the times of trouble, because the Lord is going to be your refuge. This is the book of Psalms chapter 10, verse 3 again. It says, they brag about their evil desires, they praise the greedy and curse Yahweh. See? So they're boasting about, they're bragging about what they want to do. And through the spirit and power of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, the Lord already put us up on game. So we'll know what's coming, because knowing is half of the battle. Knowing about it is a form of preparation. You know about what these devils want to do, so you're preparing yourself mentally and spiritually for what's coming down the pipe. And if those that don't know about the MOTB, they don't know about this, they're going to be caught off guard, and they ain't going to have no foundation, because ultimately the Lord is a strong tower. The scripture says, a strong tower. Where was Proverbs 18:10? Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I know it's Proverbs 18:10, I believe. The name of the Lord is a strong tower. It says the name of Yahweh is a strong fortress. The NLT. The godly run to it and are safe. See? So the name of the Lord is a strong fortress or a strong tower. And the righteous are going to run to the Lord and be safe. The foundation is going to be in Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushua in the times of trouble. Because you can't trust in your own self. Can't trust in your friends or family, because they are liable to fold under that pressure that Esau's going to bring down. Proverbs 3:5, it says, trust in Yahweh with all thine heart and lean not unto thy own understanding. See, a lot of people are going to lean unto their own understanding, and that understanding might be a seed that was planted by Esau's philosophy and trusting in his system. Esau going to plant that seed of understanding in you to be like, oh, you know what? It makes more sense for me to take the RFID micro C here. But that's why the scripture says they was deceived. Esau are going to be deceiving people to take it, man. Because they're not going to tell you that it's the MOTB. They're going to sell it to you. Like it's like they sell anything to a consumer. That's why they got this guy that's walking around with a Neuralink in his head. He's campaigning and convincing the people that, oh, look, this is the next big thing. But it's all a snare. It's all a trap, man. Don't fall for the trap. So I just wanted to do a quick response, MOTB update. The Most High Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua has commanded us not to take it under no circumstances. So we got to trust in the Lord and rely on faith And Yahweh Bashim Al Shah, man. It's going to get us through. That's all we need. Revelations 13 and verse 16 says he requires NLT, he requires everyone, small and great, rich and poor, free and slave, to be given a mark on the right hand or the forehead, and no one could buy or sell anything without that mark, which was either the name of the beast or the number representing his name. Wisdom is needed here. Let the one with understanding solve the meaning of the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man. His number is 666. You see, so he causes all, both small and great, free and poor, rich and bond. I mean, not rich and bond, free and bond, to receive that mark, that charagma, a mark, engraving. And you go to the next root word, it's karax, which means a pail or a stake, which is the delivery system that is going to be used to put that device inside of you. And then the root word of is grapho, which grapho is referring to the information or the records that will be stored on the RFID microchip. You know, so I'm gonna just call him back. So, and I can show you all of these Greek words. Matter of fact, let me just go to them. Went over it. Charagma, a stamp, an imprinted mark, a thing carved, graven work. Because ultimately that thing is going to be carved into your what? Into your flesh, pale or steak. Karax, which is the delivery system. Grapho, to write. When you look through here, it says the word record is in here somewhere. Here it is, record. Because all of your records are going to be on the chip. So these Greek words cover every single aspect of the chip. It covers what it does. It covers the delivery system, how it's going to be put inside of you, and it covers what's going to be on it. So beware of the microchip. Beware of the microchip. MOTB update. Don't take the chip. Don't take the chip. Under no circumstances, don't take the chip. Don't take the chip. Don't take the chip. So Lord willing, this quick response lesson was edifying. I didn't want to make it too long. Just make the points. And, Lord willing, it's edifying. I'm going to close out by giving all praises. Honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakah, Kodash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule and teach well. Shalom to the elect. Shalom.